Great to have your company once again for the Corona Open J-Bay. Moving into the last heat of the round of 16 to establish our last quarter finalists here. Kelly Slater taking on Italo Ferreira. Slater been doing some great surfing in and around the event. Italo also collecting highlight moments. It's all ancient history now as we get set for the opening exchange. And Italo moving to the inside, picking off this one nice and early. Up into the pocket. Nice swoop off the top on the back end. Drops a float into the mix, up into the hook once again. Ripping his way through this one. Banking again off the top. Nice sequence of manoeuvres, tucks in, finds a little bit of cover there. Trying to hang on to the finish, won't come through that section. A number of different generations of professional surfers in that time. But even with all that experience, he'll have his hands full with Italo.
Sure will. Beautiful backhand turn. He gets combinations of those and starts to unleash off the bottom, off the top. These turns so tight, so critical, and this is where he goes to pull into that little tube.
Big heat. Slater in a great position on the Jeep leaderboard coming into this event. And now getting his first ride, driving off the bottom so hard, pushing it vertically, can't pull that move down.
Do you need more of a warm-up? Did you know, what happened? What happened there? The greatest of all time, falling off on his first wave, and Italo has that potential to be just, obviously a world champion and one of the greatest surfers ever. Well, a little bit of a moment of loss of control there as he came out of the lip and drifted the tail, and we've seen him do that all week in such a controlled, radical of fashion. So he's comfortable in that position of drift and that moment of no control across the lip. As it hit the lip and then the nose dug in, the second wave of Italo's beautiful flaring top turns into the floater, and there's that turn we've seen him do all week where he just throws it with abandon and the tail and the rail just sits flat on the lip for Italo, which is an unusual place for anyone to find themselves against this great champion.
Here goes the 11-time world champ, has a quick look at this one, ducks out.
Oh, exactly.
Swells out here. Quite often you just got to get to your feet and have a good look at it. As we see Italo down the line, picking this one off. I believe this is the wave that Kelly kicked off. And Italo just finding some release on that final section. And the replay of Italo's ride for you as well.
These two floaters at the start, such control. Here's the first one, pumps at the bottom. Midline locked up into the lip, floats over that one, and then as it stands up, this is where he's at his most dangerous. Boom, beautiful backhand closeout maneuver. You would think that would even things for Kelly.
The replay is Slater on the outside. This wave, very far.
You know what I mean? Like you look at Kelly and go, what a good human.
What a good boy.
What a good boy.
Good man.
Yes, he's a great man. He's been a great thing for our sport and still is. Here he goes.
Just under 24 minutes ago, Slater on the attack now. Trademark turn there, that carving slash, loading up again for more down the line. Big hook. As Strider said, get out on that open face and you'll get some big turns done. That'll fetch you good numbers. And now just hooking away at the inside section. Looking to load up for the big finish now. A bit of white water on the face. Dropping out of the lip and pulling through the back just in time.
That one was the settler. Got his rhythm, did some great turns, and we'll put him right back in this heat as we look at the replay. Drops down the face, nice wrap, and that throw of the tail that was so traditional for Kelly Slater. And then he realised had to get some speed up to go in front. Love this turn. Watch the back arm. Back arm goes first, and then he pivots off that and whips it around. Great turn into a little cover-up. Might have been better with a floater or something dramatic through that section, but nonetheless, there's heaps of wall, and he keeps doing what he does. Throwing his board square off the bottom into this lip here, and a little hop down and a pull through the back. So a complete ride and a confidence booster for Kelly. The drone angle, you can see the pumping and the driving, and this is that major turn that was on that wave. That was the money turn on that wave. And as a byproduct of the commitment in that turn, he found himself a little bit behind, had to pull into that section and kind of try and manufacture a tube ride. And let's watch the back arm. See, drops it in there, pivots off it, and then that back arm comes forward at the end of the turn and gives it that whip, and that was just vintage Kelly Slater. I love that turn. Without question, and I suppose it's you know, that pressure that the talent of other people bring to bear on you can make you make mistakes.
Well, Slater having a look at an insider here under priority. Beautiful hook off the top. But it's going to be hard to, again, match the numbers coming from Italo on those taller walls on a wave like that.
He sure did, Ronnie. High quality surfing. You see Kelly pumping down the line. Gets a nice snap out of the top. Drives around cleanly. This one here is just a speed line, just building into this turn. Floats. This next turn's the big gap. Look, Kelly Slater, staple. I thought he's going to get a little tube here. Nice, subtle adjustments of the body, then into a beautiful last wrap. So it was almost like the connection of what happened out of the bottom of the wave was great. I'm not sure that out of the top of the wave it had enough kind of flair, but again, it's absolutely beautifully surfed. I don't know, you know, we're being super critical here because we've got the very best surfers in the world out there and trying to look for points of difference. A great ride, great completion.
Well, Italo Ferreira up. Heat 8, the round of 16. Trying to stay ahead of Kelly Slater here. And he's trying to get rid of a 6.73 to do that. Slater getting himself back in the mix under Italo's priority. A 7.1 on a previous wave. Italo looking for a strong finish here. Plants the closeout section, pumps the fist. Are you convinced, Barton, that that one's going in the top two for the Brazilian?
I felt like there was some moments there where it was just that little bit softer than how Kelly attacked the wave and attacked some of those turns, but I could be wrong. The replays have proven that before. Snaps out of the top into another nice re-entry. Another step. See what I mean? Like there's nothing yet that's really gone. That was first. Here's a nice lip. He hits it beautifully. Cleaner into the float. Back to back to back, one after another. Seamlessly connecting. So that part of it was beautiful. So it's almost like the connection of what happened out of the bottom of the wave was great. I'm not sure that out of the top of the wave it had enough kind of flair, but again, it's absolutely beautifully surfed. I don't know, you know, we're being super critical here because we've got the very best surfers in the world out there and trying to look for points of difference. A great ride, great completion.
Looked to be moving at just a frantic pace. The way he's paddled, the body language, and even the surfing, it's kind of fallen apart. Slater up at the moment, and he's trying to get rid of a 5.1. Actually needs a 6.97 prior to Italo's last ride. He opts out of that one.
If it is enough to give him the win, Kelly got a little chance here. He's turning, paddling, Ronnie.
Got to get to his feet quickly. He's up before the hooter sounds. It is a small insider. It's going to take something exceptional. Slater knows that. And he'll body surf his way in. Brazilian, he gets another win. His third head-to-head victory over Slater. He's moving through to that last quarterfinal spot. Bit of switchfoot action as he rolls through to the inside. Stick around because we'll get the women's quarterfinals underway in just a moment with Joseph Bell and Martin Potter stepping in for the call.